Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And an Eight of Swords, we gotta get out of our head. I feel like you're kind of tied up in a knot about something. Yeah. Maybe we're looking for a way forward. We're looking to kind of see the light. We're looking for a way that we can kind of wiggle out of this mess. We're looking for a way to solve a problem here. Okay. This is, we've got that big ball of Christmas vacation, Christmas lights, right? And Russ doesn't know what to do with them. There's almost no way out of this. Right? Well, maybe we'll find a way. Let's put this into some context. What is the problem to which we need a solution? Yeah. And, well, depending on the energy, we'll see what we've got here. We've got a Knight of Wands. Okay, to see the Knight of Wands is kind of a card that just says, you just cut all the lights. You want to untangle the lights. You get your scissors out. Not literally, don't do that, especially if they're plugged in. But you just break them. You just cut them. You just tear them apart, and it's done. Right? Yeah, that's one way to do it. That's one way to solve the problem, but is that the best way, right? We got a Star card. We've got, this to me is kind of like Russ Griswold, right? This is the Prince of Wands. This is, I think, we've been working at this problem for a long time. We're getting to the point where we want to just tear it apart, tear it to shreds. There's the Hanged Man. There's the solution. Look at that. See, the Hanged Man here is kind of saying that we're starting to ask, God, why do I have to do this? You know, this is Russ, like just in the garage trying to untangle the Christmas lights. Like, why me? Why do I get stuck with this job? You know? But let's keep going. This is interesting. 3. Look at that. 3 of Pentacles. 7 of Wands. Okay, I like it. Queen of Pentacles and 6. A 6 of Swords. I feel like with the going from an ace to a 6, I feel like not only do we realize the solution, does it's like a light bulb on top of your head. It suddenly dawns on you how to fix this. Not only that, but then you're realizing, wow, this is a good opportunity. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad that this problem fell on my lap. Yeah, we're kind of thankful to be the Hanged Man, and we can turn this Hanged Man upside down and we can celebrate. Yes, thank you. I'm happy to be here. I'm so glad that this problem is mine because it's going to provide me the opportunity. It's like you can see, like I can even see the wheels turning in your head. You know, you're thinking, yeah, this is really going to be pretty good for me. I kind of feel like this is one of those problems where if you can figure it out, then everything else is possible to you. You know, that this somehow opens up the door to you maybe being able to solve a lot of problems just like this. Maybe you're able to then kind of, do it professionally, right? But I feel like with the earth energy here too, you've got this realization that you can turn this into like a business almost. You can turn this into something that is very useful and very practical. It's something that it's something applied. It's something that you learn here through that ace, through tackling this problem, that you can apply to many different areas of life. You can even sell it, teach others to do it, sell it to others to show them how to do it. And so it really is this great opportunity. But right now, we just feel like smashing it. You know, we've got this fire energy that's just kind of ready to rage at it because it's frustrating. The Eight of Swords is one of the most frustrating cards. And it leads us to that point always where we want to just smash it. Well, if we smash it, yeah, we're getting rid of the problem, but we're not solving the problem. You know what I mean? We're not doing anything that's going to be really all that helpful to us. You know what I mean? So I'm curious what this is. I don't know exactly what the problem entails. I don't know if it's a relationship thing. It feels more like I don't know, it kind of feels like a work thing, but then it's some of the energy kind of feels like it's more of like a spiritual kind of problem, or like an energy problem or something, you know? Let's select the mystery card. Let's get that out of the way. And this is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot that we are just going to, we're going to shuffle, and then we're going to set this one aside. We're going to put Kevin, aka Mr. Bates, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, all right? But that card will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. Yeah. All right, let's take a quick look around the room. We've got our major arcana. We've got the Star and the Hanged Man. This is kind of like, on the surface, it just feels like we're being punished. It feels like I must have done something wrong if I have to then be the one that gets tasked with this problem. It's like you're at work and they just give you the absolute worst problem to solve. The problem that nobody else has been able to solve. It's almost like someone doesn't like you there, you know? But the secret is, here down beneath the surface, beneath this situation, you realize that this was given to you by Spirit. Your own soul, your own divine connection, divine energy has given you this problem. It's almost like a Rubik's Cube, that if you solve it, that cube opens up and expands into everything. In the entire universe in that Rubik's Cube, right? It unfolds into everything. Yeah. Seems very magical to me, but I don't know what the problem is. And I do. It's fun. It's. I don't mean to laugh at your woes here. It's a frustrating problem, and I can see between the Prince and the Knight that it's just like you're working. You're trying to figure it out. You're stressed out about it, but you keep doing it. You're applying yourself day in, day out to this problem. Finally, at one point, you just go and get the scissors, and you're just like, oh, I'm going to do it. Let's hold off. Let's not be hasty. This is very impulsive, this card. Okay. We've got our majors. We've got our fire energy. We don't have any water, except for the Hanged Man is literally like pure water. And this is really the overwhelming emotion of the whole thing, the frustration, all of it. So we've got a little bit of water. We've got our air, certainly. And the air really is the important part because it goes from frustration, confusion, not being able to see the solution to the problem. And then the ace, of course, is the clarity of mind. You're untangling. And I think there's a spiritual component here too, because I think in some ways you're trying to figure out in beyond this situation, in a spiritual, metaphysical kind of way, you're trying to figure out what your destiny is. You're trying to get down to this starlight. But we're having an issue with the Eight of Swords. It's difficult. There's too much thinking going on. We're trying to reason it out too much. We're thinking about our destiny too much, about our path, about who we are, about spirit, about the divine energy. We're trying to have a conversation with it in like intellectual terms. You know, the Ace of Swords is about clarity. Sometimes it's not even about finding the answer, but it's about emptying your mind, emptying your heart, and receiving. Right? Not even so much about the receiving or about what you receive, because I think what you receive is this divine blueprint for the future, right? This is what makes time travel possible, right? This is the vision of the flux capacitor. But this is you emptying your heart and your mind so that you can receive, right? A little Back to the Future reference. I love Michael J. Fox. Shout out. I heard he's a fan of the channel too, by the way. I heard from a friend of a friend that he watches. So shout out to Michael there. I love you. So again, this is not what you're receiving, but that you are capable of receiving. We have to empty our heart and our mind in order to do that. And if this gives you the solution to this very practical problem at work or whatever, then yes. But more than that, it's giving you the perception of your destiny, of your path. You're getting this spiritual download, this blueprint, right? And this is what makes it all possible. This is what makes everything possible, this divine plan. And it really could be that in this moment of absolute sheer frustration, that something clicks, something happens, and you're just empty for a brief moment. And you have that vision of that divine blueprint. And then when you kind of come back to yourself, you realize that the hanged man is no longer hanged, but is celebratory, victorious, triumphing, thankful. Right? This is exuberance. This is joy here. Yeah, this is triumph. It's not suffering. I mean, it is now, feels like it. Yeah. But it will be redeemed, right? And, the thing that we really have to do is be careful with this fire energy, because we even have the Seven of Wands in the position of the environment. And this is just kind of banging your head against this wall day in, day out. It's like your computer won't work, so you just get a hammer, and you just think, eventually I'll hit it and something will work. And it's just now we've completely lost it, right? Because now there's not even a strategy to it. We're just like, maybe if I throw it down on the floor and stomp on it, it'll work. Don't do that. It's not going to work. That's going to make it worse, I'm pretty sure. Let's go to the path of the serpent now, because what is all of this going to tell us? What is it that we can use this situation for? As we talk about these cards, first I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I really, really do. We're almost at 200K. And to me, that's nuts. I never thought this channel would grow to 50K, let alone 200. Yeah, and it's because of all of you. It's because you show up every day. You're consistent, right? I try to be consistent for you. I do these readings every single day. I don't take a day off. I still have a day job, and I appreciate that you show up too. And not all of the readings are going to be spectacular, kind of best readings that you've ever heard. Some days the energy's not going to be like it was the day before, So I really appreciate that you stick with me even through the ebbs and flows of my own energy and the energies that are coming into these readings. Yeah, there's been periods of time where every reading we had was just like, you got to watch out. Warning, serious thing coming. And now we're in a lot of these readings for all of the signs, really. I feel like the collective energy is really rising. A lot more of these readings have been about, we're overcoming those challenges now. Maybe the last 6 months were challenges, and now it seems like we're getting into the triumph over those challenges. So this reading is really, I think, emblematic of just the nature of the collective energy over the last couple of years. I think I've been doing this about 1.5 years now, almost 2 years, I think, on YouTube. I've been reading tarot for, 20 years now. But on YouTube for almost 2 years now, coming up on that 2-year anniversary. It's actually in May. I think May, 1st or something. Anyway, the Three of Pentacles, understanding the process of creation on the physical plane, taking all of this, figuring out how to make it work in a practical way. How can you take this experience and turn it into something useful that's going to advance your career, advance your life? That's going to make you richer for it. Not just financially, but spiritually. Right? That's going to add a certain depth to your understanding, to your experience of life. In a very practical way. You're taking this experience, and you're figuring out how to make a product out of it. Right? Something that's going to allow you to improve your life. You understand this process, and now you can see the applications of it all over the place. Yeah, all over the place. Also, what's the connection with waterfalls? The Hanged Man keeps telling me, ask about the waterfalls. Did you used to jump from a cliff or something? Or did you used to like jump down waterfall things? Or maybe underneath waterfalls? Something with the waterfalls with you, yeah? I don't know what that is. It could just be a confirmation, a validation of the energy that we're in. Maybe a synchronicity for some of you, right? If those details aren't meant for you, don't worry about it. Just leave them for the next person. All right. The Three of Pentacles, though, your general energy. You're starting to plan, and you're starting to realize, and you're starting to understand. You've got this deeper wisdom now. I'm kind of going like this, like, oh yeah, this is not the terrible, lamentable experience I thought it was. This is going to be really, really good. This is opening up so many possibilities. You take this, whatever this is, and you understand how it's going to be useful to you, both physically, financially, practically, but then also spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Yeah. But the Seven of Wands. Lately I've been feeling like the path of the serpent needs to be read from top down. Maybe we'll start doing it that way, especially when we feel like this is us being open and empty, ready to receive, and then boom, we receive the blueprint. And from this blueprint, the first thing you can do is realize that all of this was worth it. All of this was part of your divine plan. All of this is part of the kind of spiritual energy. And the Queen of Pentacles is always looking at the past. It's always trying to debrief. It's always trying to assess the past, learn from the past, distill the wisdom in the past, right? It always has this retrospection. And that's kind of the first step, is when you receive this blueprint, then you can kind of make sense of everything that's happened to you recently, right? And then we've got the confidence here with the Seven of Wands. This is the confidence that you can overcome any obstacle now. And maybe that's one of the primary lessons of this situation is the Seven of Wands, that you can overcome anything. If you solve that tangle of Christmas lights, you can untangle anything, right? But not only the untangling, because of how you have used your energy and conducted yourself, you can apply that to any problem, not just Christmas lights, right? Any problem, any challenge. And this is kind of the David and Goliath card. And now you understand that not everything needs a rock slingshotted at them, or at it. You understand how to use the right tool for the right job. Not everything needs a rock and a slingshot, right? Some things need a screwdriver. Some things need just a little convincing, a little talking to. Some things you can just kind of bang it and it'll come into focus, like the old TVs. You know what I'm talking about? I feel like there's a certain energy here with you, and I wonder if even this is you kind of wanting to start some kind of vigorous like workout routine, or like start a new sport, or you just feel like getting into boxing or jiu-jitsu, or like, you know what I mean? I feel like now you want to train, because now you've kind of discovered the secret of your own energy, and everything is possible. Everything you've ever wanted to do. You always wanted to play sports or martial arts or something. And I feel like this is now that energy that it's ready to do that. It's kind of it's eager now to find the next challenge. And the caution, I think, here is to make sure you've got the right tool for the right job. You don't just walk around with a hammer, because then everything's going to look like a nail. Every problem is going to need the hammer. And that's not the right way to approach life, right? And I think that's one thing that you're learning. One thing out of many, right? And then, of course, all of this leads to a deeper understanding about how to create the kind of life and the kind of success that you want. How do you take this divine blueprint and manifest it in your life? This is going to take a lot of your personal kind of understanding, but also your connection with your star, with your destiny, with your path, with who you are, right? And I feel like, Did you have to stand up for somebody recently? I am feeling like this underdog kind of energy where, I don't know if you saw somebody getting bullied and you had to stand up for them, if it's a family member or a friend, or maybe like defending an animal or something. I feel like you have this protective energy where, I don't know if you push somebody behind you, right, to protect them. Maybe literally, maybe in a more figurative kind of sense. But I feel like you had to defend somebody recently. Yeah, I don't know what that's about exactly. But I think it's all part of this energy that we've got here. And the Three of Pentacles really is open-ended. This is infinite potential. This is saying you've got the key. You've got this wisdom, this understanding that can produce anything. You've got the machine, you've got that magic machine that can create anything. You just have to give it an idea, and it'll make it. It's like on Star Trek, the replicator. Tell it what you want, and it makes it. I don't know how, but it does. I think you do know how. You've got that divine blueprint. You know how the replicator works. Yeah. It's like a 3D printer kind of thing, only we've got the plans. Maybe this is like a 5D printer that you've got now. Yeah. I like it very much. I might have to borrow it. We're going to take a look at that mystery card now, though. All right. Let's see. Maybe this will be a 5. Maybe we're going from 3D to 5D. Maybe a 5 of Pentacles. Let's see. What else? Maybe the 5 of Pentacles. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling another major arcana card too. And I don't know if I'm feeling the Hierophant, which is obviously your power card. I'm feeling something. Yeah, maybe the Hierophant. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. There's a connection with spiders with you. I don't know if it's symbolism, if you have some sort of a spider toy or like a pin or a brooch or something. I feel like there's a spider on you. Not literally, don't freak out. But it's something, maybe earrings, maybe it's like a shirt. But I feel that there's a spider on you, and it's a very lucky symbol. The spider is that symbol. I mean, if we think the 6 here, kind of looks like that spider web. I feel like the spider is the one that is weaving this divine plan. Yeah. So it's a very important symbol for you. Spiders can be dangerous, but they are wonderful symbols of kind of this balance, harmony, and creation. Yeah, this divine kind of creation, but also balance, All right, let's see. Mystery card. What is it? The Death card. Yeah, I knew it was going to be a major arcana card. And the Death card is really the best card in the pack. Because, it's called Death. It's scary looking. There's this, like, skeleton knight. It's meant to be eye-catching. It's meant to really grip you, make you pay attention. This is the card of change. This is the card of birth and rebirth. This is the card of evolution. This is the card of transformation. They call it Death because they want you to pay attention to it. But it's the card of change. And I think this is a confirmation that you are understanding this process, that you've gotten the divine blueprint with this process of growth and birth and rebirth and resurrection. And to me, it really is about the Hanged Man kind of immersing down in this situation and suffering it and being reborn with this new kind of wisdom, this new understanding. So this is really the evolution of your soul, your spirit, your path in life, your spiritual energy. Yeah. This is you really kind of making that transition into the 5D, I kind of feel, I was making a joke with the 5D printer, but it feels that's what's going on here. Now, this is the absolute best card in the tarot pack because it represents change, and it's usually change that is slow and steady. We don't want to bang everything with a hammer. It doesn't have to be instant. This is change that happens over time. Yeah. It may feel abrupt. Because this fire energy here, it may feel like all of a sudden we just are receiving this spiritual energy. It may feel like that, but it's been a long time coming. You've been working up to this moment for a long, long time. Now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around for that, there's a link up here in the corner, or there's one down in the video description, right above or below. New readings for Taurus every Monday and Friday, but again, I'm here every day. You just come on back, see me tomorrow. I'll be here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.